It's 9 a.m. You haven't opened your laptop, you haven't typed a prompt, and you're miles away from your keyboard. Your phone buzzes. Waiting for you is a fully formatted, multi-source market research report summarizing the last 24 hours of your industry. Standard language models require your constant supervision. They wait for your input, they process a single thread, and the moment you close the tab, the work stops. They only produce when you actively manage them. The Hermes AI agent, built by Nous Research, operates under a different set of rules. It executes multi-step tasks on its own, it runs continuously around the clock, and it writes its own memory files to improve its performance for the next session. This chart shows the financial leverage at play here. A dedicated team of human research analysts and content producers cost upwards of 6 figures a year. By moving those repetitive data tasks to an autonomous system, that expense drops to a fraction of a percent, the monthly cost of a single server. When you remove the requirement for manual prompting and provide a 24/7 power source, you have a system capable of operating as an independent digital worker that functions while you are away. Step 1 is removing your local hardware from the equation. An agent that works while you sleep needs a computer that never sleeps. A virtual private server, or VPS, keeps the system running even when your laptop is shut down or your Wi-Fi disconnects. Inside the hosting or VPS dashboard, there is a streamlined path to get this running. Navigate to the one-click deploy menu and search for the Hermes template. This bypasses the manual command line installation. Before you click deploy, you need to copy this auto-generated system password. If you skip this step, you will lock yourself out of the environment and have to start over. Once you initiate the deployment, the remote server provisions the operating system, installs the dependencies, and pushes the agent live in about 60 seconds. This server environment uses persistent volume storage. That means if the system ever needs to restart or update, the agent retains every memory file and skill it has built up over time. It never starts from zero. Hosting the agent remotely severs its reliance on your personal hardware. The automation engine is now completely decoupled from your local machine. With the server active, we need to configure the intelligence engine. Processing internal business data or competitor research requires an isolated environment to prevent sensitive information from leaking into public training datasets. To keep that data secure, we use Llama. This software acts as a bridge, allowing the server to run language models entirely offline and locally, rather than routing prompts through external company servers. When you open the Hermes onboarding wizard, ignore the default cloud options. Click on the drop-down menu labeled More Providers and select Custom Endpoint. Enter this exact network address into the API base URL field, http://127.0.0.1:11434/v1. Because we are running this entirely on our own infrastructure, leave the API key field completely blank. Next, select a local model to serve as the agent's logic processor. High-efficiency models like Gemma 4 or Qwen 3.6 provide the necessary reasoning capabilities without requiring massive amounts of server memory. This setup creates a hybrid architecture. You get the unbroken uptime of a remote cloud server, powered by the strict, air-gapped data privacy of a localized reasoning engine. Logging into a web dashboard every time you need a task done creates friction. To make this system truly useful, we bypass the browser entirely and wire the agent directly to your mobile messaging app. We'll use Telegram for this connection. Open the app and search for the BotFather channel, which is the official tool for registering automated accounts. Type the command /newbot and give your agent a name. BotFather will reply with a unique access token. Copy that string of characters and paste it directly into the Telegram token field waiting inside your Hermes setup window. To ensure no one else can issue commands to your server, you need to restrict access. Search for User Infobot in Telegram to reveal your personal numerical user ID. Copy that personal ID and paste it into the final authentication field in Hermes. This permanently locks the agent's communication channel, so it only accepts instructions from your specific account. This eliminates the need for standalone apps or dashboards. You have successfully condensed a complex server-side automation engine into a simple text thread on your phone. Now we test the system's capacity.
we'll assign a heavy, multi-layered market intelligence request entirely through a mobile text message. I'm sending a prompt instructing Hermes to monitor 4 major AI competitors: OpenAI, Anthropic, Gemini, and Grok. The task is to analyze their homepages and blogs and report back on what changed in the last 24 hours. Instead of reading one page at a time, Hermes splits itself into 4 distinct subagents. They execute in parallel, one reading OpenAI, another Anthropic, and so on, scanning, summarizing, and comparing the data streams simultaneously. Next, we give it a creative objective. I'm prompting the agent to analyze my existing YouTube channel and draft a new video script that matches my writing style. As it finishes, Hermes writes down what it learned about your style in an internal notebook. Because our server uses persistent Docker volumes, these notebook files are saved to the server's disk, creating a permanent record of your brand guidelines that survives restarts. These files act as a proprietary skill set. The next time you request a script, the agent identifies the relevant notebook and applies those saved preferences automatically, rather than figuring out your style from scratch. This capacity for structural self-improvement allows the agent to evolve. By rewriting its internal capability files based on your feedback, it becomes a tailored digital employee that gains more context on your business every day. Here are the completed deliverables, dropped directly into the Telegram chat. On the left is a fully structured competitor intelligence PDF, and on the right, a customized video script aligned with the assigned brand voice. We achieved this through 3 specific architectural choices: a persistent cloud server for continuous uptime, an offline Llama model for strict data privacy, and a direct Telegram connection for immediate access. Sourcing, compiling, and formatting this level of daily data traditionally requires a paid human analyst. Executing it through a self-hosted agent reduces the cost to the electrical footprint of the server. Now it's your turn to map out the repetitive tasks in your own workflow. Figure out what data you need summarized every morning, deploy your own agent, and share your specific use case down in the comments. The transition from manual prompting to autonomous execution changes the baseline of your productivity. Once the infrastructure is live, your total output is no longer restricted by the time you spend sitting at a desk.